Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name's Amy. Today we're going to be talking about my July TBR. I have a total of 8 books here so far that I'd really like to get to this month. Who knows what's going to happen? This may even change. I don't know. It depends on what I'm feeling. I read nothing but gay romances last month, and as much as I enjoy gay romances, I'm a little burnout on just romance in general, and I'm looking for some action, some thrillers. Although I don't have as many as I thought I would. I picked out this month and I just wanted to get to. But I do have a little cluster of them. But we'll start off with The Hypnotist Love Story by Leanne Mariotti. I actually have this on Audible ready to listen to. It was on sale, like buy one get one free for 1 credit or something like that, you know. So I went ahead and I put this in my cart, and I have it ready to go on Audible to listen to, but I just wanted to have a hard copy, so I just bought the mass market paperback from Amazon just to have as a little, just to have it on my shelf. Hopefully I like it. So this is about a hypnotherapist that is basically looking for love. She has not had much luck in the past as far as like relationships go. She loves her job. She lives out of like a beachfront home where she actually works from. So she finds someone and she really likes him, and then he says those words that you never want to hear, like, we need to talk. But it turns out he wants to talk about something totally different, about an ex-girlfriend that is stalking him. So she thinks this is intriguing. She you know, being a hypnotherapist, she wants to dig more into it. So she wants to find out more about, I guess, this ex-girlfriend. She wants to meet her and all this other stuff. But it says here on the back that her name is Ellen. Ellen doesn't know it, but she has already met her. So a little love story maybe thrown on with a little suspense into it. So I'm looking forward to getting to that. Next up, I have Bird Box by Josh Malerman. I have been wanting to read this, so this immediately went on my July TBR. My husband and I are very much looking forward to watching the Netflix film, and so I'm trying to read it fairly quickly. I've actually already started reading it, and I'm almost done. It is so good. So we have our main character, Mallory. Her and her sister in the beginning are living together. I'm very late in this game, so you probably know all about this book and have already seen the movie. But I have not. I don't know why. But anyway, her and her sister are moving into a home together, and right at the beginning she finds out she's pregnant. But right away things start like happening. You know, the world starts to become an apocalyptic world. Things start to happen very quickly at the beginning of this book. So I'm like over halfway through, and I don't know. No being. I mean, it's called a creature, whatever it is. No one. You know, those that are still alive have not seen it. So from what I'm gathering, the person that sees this creature or being or whatever it is immediately just goes crazy and kills themselves, from what I gather. It's very similar to The Walking Dead, but you know, there are no like walkers that are you know, out to attack you as soon as, you know, they notice you. So they have to walk around blindfolded. So if they need to go outside, they have to put a blindfold, so they just don't know where they're going at all outside. They have not seen the outside world in, like, I don't know how long. They have to keep the windows covered. Maybe I should stop talking about it because I'm almost to the end. So, but anyway, that's kind of where it's at. Like, we're going back and forth from past Mallory to present Mallory, and it's just very, very interesting to, it reminds me not only of like The Walking Dead, but also A Quiet Place, where they can't speak, or they can't, not that they can't speak, but they cannot be heard, or these creatures will come out and kill them. So reminds me very much of that, and that was a great movie. I don't know if it was a book. I need to look into that, but great movie. Highly recommend it. You may have already seen it. If you haven't, check it out. It's so good. That's kind of what this reminds me of, just opposite ends. Like, they can't see, where the other one movie you couldn't speak, so, or you just had to be quiet. So yeah, I'm not going to say any more about this because I'll talk about it more, I guess, in my July wrap up, but Like, I could not wait. I could not wait to start this book. It is so good. So good. Next up, I have A Short History of the Girl Next Door by Jarrett Reck. I picked this up last month, in the month of June, just at Barnes & Noble's. I think it was buy one YA, get the other YA for 50% off. So I bought this one. If you watched my very long June vlog, you will see a haul of this book and the other book that I picked up. But this one is from the guy's point of view, which I found really intriguing. You don't get a lot of stories from the guy's point of view. So this particular character is in love with his best friend. His name is Matt, her name is Tabby. But of course, you know, she doesn't know that he's in love with her. So, and who knows, I don't know if maybe she's in love with him too. I don't know her side of the story yet, if there is one. But from his side of the story, he's just basically seeing her with other guys and just loving her in the distance and doesn't want to mess that up. Like, he doesn't, I guess maybe he wants to, because it says on the back here, losing Tabby to Branson is bad enough, but screwing up and losing her as a friend is even worse. So he definitely wants to keep her in his life some kind of way, even if he cannot have her as his love interest. And it just intrigued me, and I thought the cover was really pretty. Next up, I have Everything, Everything by Nicola Yoon. I actually borrowed this from my friend Debbie. She was with me that night, and she picked this one up along with another book that I actually have coming, because she told me it was very, very good. And I saw it on Book Outlet, so for like $1 or something during their 15% off sale. So I just went ahead and I picked it up, because she was going to let me borrow both of them, but I told her I picked that one up already. So I just took this one from her just for this month to read it. But I've always wanted to read this book as well as see the movie. It just looks like a really sweet young adult romance. And I know I said I'm burnt out on romances, but I really do want to read this, because the story kind of is intriguing, because she has a disease that she's basically allergic to everything. It says basically, I'm allergic to the world. She can't leave her house, and then one day she spots this young boy, I guess from across the street maybe, just moving in, and she immediately falls in love with him. And it says, I, Maddie, am certainly going to fall in love with Ollie. It's most certainly going to be a disaster. It just sounds so cute. Debbie devoured this in one day, she said, so I'm looking forward to reading this. Here we go with more romances. Maybe I should just like keep my mouth shut and not say anything, because I seem to be pulling out more romances. But this is The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. I loved autobiography so much. I wanted to pick up another book by this author. Well, it's actually two authors, and this one is getting so much rave, and everyone is talking about how good it is. I actually had intended to listen to it, so I actually have it on Scribd, but I wanted to get the book because it's just so pretty, and I hear so many good things about it, so I know it's going to be good. I know I'm going to want it. So we follow Olive, who is a twin to Amy, her sister, who is getting married. So the wedding party pretty much gets food poisoning, except for Olive and, what's his name? Ethan. Olive and Ethan. Ethan is actually the best man, he is the brother of the groom, and she is the sister of the bride. So, and they kind of already like hate each other, from what I understand from listening to other people talk about it. But they end up being the only ones that do not get food poisoning, because they did not eat whatever it was that everyone else was eating. So they end up going on the honeymoon for whatever reason, and so they kind of had to act like they love each other. So it's like a hate to love kind of scenario, which I love. So I'm looking forward to listening to this as well. Next up, I have The Death of Mrs Westaway by Ruth Ware. I have quite a bit Ruth Ware books that I have not read. The only Ruth Ware book that I've read is The Lying Game, which was really good. It wasn't like anything great. I actually have a book talk about it. I will link it down below if you want to check it out. But I'm really looking forward to this one, because I hear so many good things about this book. One thing I have learned about Ruth Ware's books is that you cannot find a synopsis anywhere. So I took it upon myself, and I sat here and I just started flipping pages to see if there was, if it was anywhere. I mean, I know in the hard copy book, there is one like on the, you know, on the inside cover on the flip side. But if you have a paperback, I could not find like a synopsis anywhere. Well, I found it. It's like buried somewhere back here after the ending of the book. So it's called Introduction back here. I don't know if they're all like that. There we go. So we follow a 21-year-old young girl named Hal, and she is in, I believe, financial trouble from what I understand. And she comes upon this letter that is actually not meant for her. She's living off her tarot card readings, so she feels like it's the luck of the tarot cards that have brought her this letter of a substantial inheritance. So she pretends to be whoever this person was really supposed to get this letter. And then it says, soon Hal finds herself at the funeral of the deceased, where it dawns on her that there is something very, very wrong about this strange situation and the inheritance at the center of it. I just heard it was really, really good, and I want to read it very much. Another book that I actually started reading already because I just could not wait is Watching You by Lisa Jewell. And so far I am loving it. I'm only 10 chapters in on page 42. Because I kind of felt bad, and I was like, you know what, it's not even July yet, so I need to not read this, but I just couldn't wait. But so far I really love it. So we have you actually follow along with quite a few characters, and I'm just on chapter 10. So it seems like we'll be getting a lot of characters' points of views, which I personally really like. I like to think what that other person is thinking when I'm reading a book. So I'm really excited about this. So we have a very nice suburb that everyone is living in, a suburb for like doctors and lawyers and things like that. Just a nice place where murder should not happen. But as it turns out, I believe someone ends up dead in their kitchen. It actually kind of starts out like that. You find that out right away in the book. It's like a prequel to what the book is leading up to, I guess. I think it says prologue. It actually starts out with a diary entry, which I was really confused about. I guess we'll learn more as we read it, and then you get the prologue of someone who has gotten murdered in their kitchen. And as of right now, like I said, I'm only on chapter 10, but it all revolves around this teacher who lives in the suburb, and his name is Tom Fitzwilliams, and apparently he's very good looking. So it kind of all revolves around him, but I'm only on chapter 10, so I don't know, and I haven't got his point of view yet. It's really, really good. I cannot wait to get real good into it to see what happened to this person and who this person is. Because you already get a clue in the beginning. There's evidence, and someone is owner of that evidence. So what's that about? And lastly, for this month, I'd really like to get in The High Tide Club by Mary Kay Andrews. So from what I gather, I believe I've talked about this one before. So we have an elderly lady that I think she just mainly wants to get something off her chest before she dies. So she contacts a lawyer, and the lawyer goes to meet her at her home. She lives in Shellhaven, and her name is Josephine, and the lawyer's name is Brooke. And she explains her home at the edge of the turquoise sea is a crumpling pink mansion. Over the course of a few meetings, Josephine spins a tale of old friendships, dark secrets, betrayal, and a long unsolved murder. So I was very intrigued about this book. So a good summer sort of murder mystery or something. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. So that's all I got for y'all for this month. Who knows? I might add some more into it depending on if I get any reading done. I may, because I do listen to books an awful lot while I'm working, so who knows what I'll add in there throughout the month, or if I'll take something out. This is just kind of like gives me just something to look forward to, I guess. And if I change my mind throughout the month, then I change my mind. I'll let y'all know my wrap up. But that's all I got for y'all today. Thank y'all so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below what you'll be reading for July. I would love to know. I'll have all these books linked down below in case you want to check them out for yourself. I'll also have my social medias down there. Come follow me on Instagram. And that's it. subscribe, click the little bell, all those good things that I hate saying. Happy reading, y'all, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.